mother bought a nice new brown snowsuit. When Thomas saw that snowsuit, he said, "That is the ugliest thing I've seen in my life. If you think I'm gonna wear that snowsuit, you are crazy." Thomas's mother said, "We'll see about that." The next day, when it's time to go to school, Thomas's mother said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuits." And Thomas said, "No." So Thomas's mother picked up Thomas in one hand and picked up the snowsuits in the other hand, and she tried to stick them together. And they have an enormous fight, and when it's done, Thomas was in his snowsuits. Thomas went off school and hung up his snowsuits. When it's time to go outside, all the other kids jumped into their snowsuits and ran out the door. But not Thomas. The teacher looked at Thomas and said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuits." And Thomas said, "No." The teacher jumped up and down and said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuits." And Thomas said, "No." So Thomas's teacher picked up Thomas in one hand and picked up the snowsuits in the other hand, and she tried to stick them together. And they have an enormous fight, and when it's done, the teacher was wearing Thomas's snowsuits, and Thomas was wearing the teacher's dress. Just then, the door opened. In walked the principal. The teacher said, "It's Thomas! He won't put on his snowsuits." The principal gave his very best principal voice. "Thomas, please put on your snowsuits." And Thomas said, "No." So the principal picked up Thomas in one hand and picked up the teacher in the other hand, and he tried to get them back to their clothes. They have an enormous fight, and when it's done, the teacher was wearing the principal's suit, and the principal was wearing the teacher's dress, and Thomas was in his underwear. From far out on the playground, someone yelled, "Thomas, come and play!" Thomas ran across the room and jumped into his snowsuits and got his boots in 2 seconds and ran out the door. The principal looked at the teacher and said, "Hey, you have on my suit! Take it off right now!" The teacher said, "Oh no, you have on my dress! You take off my dress!" Well, they argued and argued, but neither one wanted to change first. Finally, Thomas came in from recess. He looked at the principal, and he looked at the teacher. Thomas picked up the principal in one hand and picked up the teacher in the other hand, and they have an enormous fight, and Thomas gets everyone back into their clothes. The next day, the principal quit his job and moved to Arizona, where nobody ever wears a snowsuit. Thank you.